Channel 5, Abuja. I am Frama Pani. And we begin with the fuel queues that have resurfaced in petrol stations across Abuja, the nation's capital city, with many motorists scrambling to get petroleum. Asabe Williams' report on the situation residents describe as a worrisome development.
A drive round the city center revealed that while some fuel stations are shut, others open for business have difficulty attending to the large number of people who are asking for the products.
It's not up to a month past now that we suffer this kind of scarcity and a long queue. And we thought that the situation has been handled by the government. All of a sudden, the thing resurfaced. So I want to use this opportunity to beg the government to see how they can help the masses. This fuel is what connects, that even our mothers that are grinding in the village depends on this fuel.
The result of this can be seen on the road with gridlocks and formalities.
Yeah, the thing is happened, and before we know, fuel is available, people are buying, But to my greatest surprise, just within the space of 7 days now, we started again.
My transport company, and I buy fuel almost every week, Only for me to find out that there's scarcity of fuel. My drivers are stuck here. It's really annoying.
The immediate cause of the latest queues in Abuja sell petrol at prices ranging from 162 to 165 naira per litre. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Meanwhile, academic activities in primary and secondary schools in the FCT have started in earnest. Hadiza Godwin Ebune, who visited
activities kickstarts immediately to enable students cover the session.
The thing is for them to
prepare us all they can do, so it's left for us now to do the remaining parts and pray to God to help us pass our exams.
Going to fund over investment friendly.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration is poised to provide all necessary incentives that will attract the film industry into our nation's beautiful capital city. For instance, the Pioneer Studies Initiative Incentive, PSI. The contribution of the entertainment industry, particularly the film sector, to Nigerian socio-economic growth cannot be overemphasized and certainly should not be underestimated.
The Managing Director, Nigerian Film Corporation, Chidya Madwekwe, pointed that the annual lecture series remained one of the corporation's platforms used to contribute to the evolvement of policy frameworks and documents for the development of critical areas of the nation's creative industry.
The topic seeks to address the challenges, impediments, vast opportunities, and connection between content creators, content distributors, and content consumers.
We must work hard to establish the creative industry, especially capacity building for actors, producers who are living here in Abuja.
For Nigeria, efforts and attempts have and are still being explored to place a framework that will effectively offer film stakeholders safety nets and windows through locations, incentives, and rebates. While recognizing some of the challenges faced in the film production chain in the country, the Nigerian Film Corporation boss called for adequate and appropriate return on investment for film and other creative works. In Abuja, Ifani Izumba, NTA News.
And so the use of cosmetics products known as talcum powder on the female genital tracts, medical experts say leads to ovarian cancer. Hence, women ages 30 to past menopausal have been advised to subject themselves to medical evaluation at least once a year. Sarafina Okon Umokwe brings us details of this report.
Ovarian cancer, medical experts say, is the second most deadly cancer, which is an abnormal, uncontrollable growth in the ovaries, being part of the female reproductive organs, happens for different reasons.
If you use a test like a thermography, which is a test of physiology, you can detect even less than 300 cancer cells. It's easier to manage that than allow it to a large number, then you start acting. So prevention, we say, is better than cure. toxicity and decreased ability of the body cells to utilize oxygen with a compromised immune system.
An acidic environment which leads to decrease in the body cells in utilization of oxygen. Other risk factors include family history, age factor, not bearing of children, and not practicing proper breastfeeding are all contributory factors.
It's important to note here that the common treatment or the major treatment for cancer of the ovary will have to do with us opening up, observing all the structures within the abdomen and taking out the womb, taking out the ovaries, taking out the tubes, oftentimes, and even some of the lymph nodes where necessary. And at times, if the bowel are affected, there are times we have to do a resection of the bowel.
According to available statistics by medical experts, 10.9% of women are diagnosed annually with death rate on the increase, as 6.5% of deaths in women come as a result of ovarian cancer.
Ovarian cancer is said to be an invisible worm that kills over 20,000 women annually. But like experts say, what kills really is fear. And the World Health Organization recently came up with a release that says one of the leading causes of death is sleep deprivation and environmental factors. Serafina Okon Umekwe, NT News.
Now, carved for humanitarian services, the Red Cross International, a voluntary humanitarian body, has over the years successfully given interventions at various types of humanitarian crises with the belief in the power of kindness. Red Cross has remained relevant during humanitarian crisis. Sophia Noma Uche reflects on the existence of Red Cross Nigeria as it commemorates another year.
Established by an Act of Parliament, Red Cross International has been in existence for more than 100 years, obeying the 7 fundamental principles of its existence, namely humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality.
We are everywhere. That's where we still remain the largest humanitarian organization in Nigeria, with over 800,000 volunteers and over 600 paid staff. So we have offices not just in the state capital, 36 states and FCT. FCT here in Abuja. We also have offices in local government areas.
The first and largest humanitarian organization says its anniversary is usually to celebrate the founder and volunteers who provide medical help to everyone without discrimination.
We show our act of kindness by responding, giving people succor for living, assisting them. Life-saving humanitarian aids are normally given to them because the first 14 days matters when people are affected. It shows who will survive, who will not be able to survive. So we normally come in, and though we come in first, we'll still be the last to leave.
With this year's theme, #BeHumankind, Red Cross, which is also known as the Red Crescent, advocates kindness to make a huge difference in the lives of people, which has the power to spark a ripple effect to multiply and spread to communities and the whole world. Safia Noma Uche, NTA News.
Sacrifices of firefighters have again been brought to the fore as the world also pays tribute to those who lost their lives in the line of duty. Deborah Gazajimaika takes us through experiences of stakeholders in the FCT.
Firefighters are those that respond to distress calls to attend to emergencies. The role of these professionals in the society, being it in the urban cities, rural communities, and industries, is such that requires commitment and dedication. Hence, the need for the firefighters to remain dogged in the rescue business. It's a time for the world to recognize and honor the selfless services rendered to all strata of the society to ensure that the environment is safe at all costs.
We have confronted different magnitude of fire. So there is no fire that will look at it strange to us. You call us promptly, we attend to it promptly also. So this make our work easier because we will now catch the fire at a little or small volume.
Firefighters, however, solicit the support of the general public to assist in making the job easy by urgently calling them to fire incidents while advising the public to acquire portable first aid fire defense. The director says this is essential in case of eventuality.
Every month, as others are receiving their salary, we are receiving. So why shouldn't we do our work? And any areas or any incentive from the government, as it is given to others, it is also given to us.
The task of rescuing people from burning buildings, the acting director added, is a strenuous one that requires a special kind of training. Deborah Gazaj-Micah, NTA News.
Right, you're watching the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5. We'll take a break now and we'll be back with more reports. Stay tuned.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Welcome back. Moving on. In a bid to meet the structural means for women who believe in full participation of women in the economic decision-making, peace and conflict resolution, as well as governance in Nigeria and the world, the Women Advancement for Economic and Leadership Empowerment, SEEN Africa, donates foodstuff and toiletries to the home in the elderly in Kado in Abuja to mark its 18 years of humanitarian services. Habagimba reports that the founder was represented by the National Secretary, Mariam Aliyu Gabdo.
Founded on the 8th of May 2004, exactly 18 years ago, with a zeal to serve humanity, the Women Advancement for Economic and Leadership Empowerment in Africa says it will not relent in helping and supporting humanity, as this is key in its vision. The National Secretary, Mariam Aliyu Gabdo, who expressed gratitude to God, tasked other well-meaning Nigerians to give, no matter how little. She says the organization is currently in 52 countries, including Nigeria, helping the indigents.
This year, the anniversary, we were like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do to touch the heart of some people that will be in need? So we make our research and we found out that we have this noble home. I will want to appeal to the people outside that they should think of what about humanity. It came before religion. You can't live without giving back. And that's the whole thing about life.
On behalf of thank you very much. In Kado, Perpetual Chiamaka appreciated the visit as the gesture will go a long way in the life of the elderly.
Really appreciate your coming today, for coming to put smiles in the face of our elders.
The call to action constitutes an important platform. Hence, the Women Advancement, Economic Development and Leadership in Africa says it will continue to intensify efforts on women economic and leadership empowerment, reproductive health and rights, as well as peace and conflict resolutions through summits and town hall meetings in conflict and war-torn countries of Africa. The high point of the event was the cutting of the anniversary cake for serving humanity for 18 years. Hawagimba, NTA News.
In line with the spirit of keeping faith and promoting the Birom tradition and cultural activities, as well as encouraging unity and progress, the Birom people in and outside Abuja converged for more bonding. Hawagimba reports that this is the 6th in the series since it started 19 years ago.
Culture has been described as a veritable platform to promote peace and unity, especially amongst communities in Nigeria and in particular Plateau State. Speakers at the 2022 Abuja and Zembirom Cultural Day celebration tasked Birom community to ensure it uses culture to promote peace and harmony, as these will help communities to understand one another.
We should look at our diversity as a source of strength, and that is why the governor has come up with that philosophy. The slogan, Think Plateau and Act Plateau, has now become a philosophy on the plateau.
The Birom culture is all about unity. The Birom culture is all about peaceful coexistence among ourselves and even people that are residing and staying.
When we meet like this, we socialize and we learn from one another. By so doing, we are building the country, we are uniting the country, and we are having some development even internally in ourselves.
President, Birom Community Association Abuja branch, David Gyang Dung says improving the general well-being and development of members through moral and material support is one of their core values. This, he says, is in addition to promoting peaceful coexistence for enhancement of socio-economic development of members in and outside the country.
Everybody has the element of culture in them, whether by name, whether by place, whether by language, anything. So if you are speaking a language together like that, or dancing it together, you feel you are together, and there's that unity, and there's that likelihood of trying to live in harmony and peace.
I believe in culture because it brings us together with other cultural groups.
All dressed in Birom cultural attire, the Zembirom 2022 featured display of cultural dances and a mini poem by an elderly man depicting the true tradition of Birom community. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Now, sports. Amadi Ome of Ondo State has emerged the new men's champion of the 15th edition of the ASO Table Tennis Champion. Of Delta State retained the women's first position. Abdullahi Ajay reports that the young table tennis talent were discovered from the 4-day competition with more than 310 athletes that participated in Abuja.
President Nigerian Table Tennis Federation Ishaku Tikon and the organizers of the 15th edition of the ASO Table Tennis